You're not really saying that music can kill, are you?
Yes, I am.
Music can be a very powerful thing. Nothing galvanizes the emotions as quickly.
Gotta look close. Gotta really look at it.
I gotta look close.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I have to. Do I want to look close at what I think you want me to look close at?
You don't want to, but you have to.
Is this like an AI thing?
I'm not sure. Weirdly, I do think it's real.
I
Because
don't.
back then,
Well, it's
it did that. And then it said like Santa's sack is all stuffed and ready for the holiday.
yeah, it's true. I'm just looking at. Oh wait, no, the jeans are different. Okay. For a second there, I was like, the creases are all in the same places. No, they are. They are
No,
varied.
yeah, they're varied. And
Less.
like it's
No.
moved.
Yeah, it's moved.
But
Um.
it's the same like it's the same one.
Yeah.
And it shifted.
Well, they're both of Eddie, right?
Oh, those are both Eddie.
Okay, I was gonna say the fan pendant or whatever that is. I'm looking above the waistline. So
I
he
did
just changed
I did
his.
get there. I did look at
Yeah, well, no, eventually you got there.
right. But I mean,
Wow.
that's a lot of outline. And I mean that would look like that looks like that those jeans are gonna like literally cut him in two.
I mean, it's clearly a happy holidays for somebody.
Well, I'm thinking that was Valerie's era, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully with a happy holiday, those jeans look so tight, it looks like that might never, I mean,
The way you take
the
like the
price was rising again.
right, the way you kind of have to with the rubber band and sheep tails, that kind of
I'm
thing.
thinking he might have to go to Danny's and use the Danny's method.
Yeah. Um.
It's a, I might put that up somewhere for Christmas.
The holidays are for everyone. I think you could even,
I'm finding more and more ways to decorate every
yeah, if you wore earrings, you could easily have these made as a pair of earrings, just the
well,
outline of Eddie.
just the bottom half.
I mean, I was thinking the full body,
The
but
full body, yeah.
you celebrate how you need to celebrate,
I
I guess
mean,
is what I would say.
yes. Everyone should celebrate in a way that makes them happy.
Exactly. Should we record a quick intro for grad school so I can take care of that this afternoon?
We should.
Because all of this will be going in that intro,
Of course it
of
will.
course.
Oh, wait.
Um, so we should say, hello, kitties. Uh, Happy holidays to you. And I guess I hesitate to say this. Do we need to share this picture we've been discussing on like our Facebook page
Yes, and our Instagram.
and Instagram? So there will be a picture of Eddie Van Halen and his holiday sack
From
on
back
all our,
in
from back in the day, 1984 era, for you all to enjoy.
yes.
And
Those,
other things you can enjoy today
mhm.
is our conversation with Leanne Binder. I guess I should say your conversation because I was
Yeah,
there for all of 2 seconds and had to race off.
it is very enjoyable.
So you guys had a great time,
Oh
became
my
best
gosh.
of friends.
Yes, she's awesome. And her album is like tearing up the charts. It's amazing. Like it's really, really good.
That's amazing. So top 50 blues album across all blues categories.
Yep. Yeah.
Amazing.
And in
So
Ohio and
I
single rate.
I don't
So
want to say the whole like, well, we knew her when kind of thing, but
right.
like clearly we knew her when.
Hmm.
So I have to have her back on at a time when I can't flake and
Right.
celebrate, and hopefully there'll be new music, more shows,
Oh,
something
we're
we
not
can.
letting her forget us. Like
Oh,
we have big plans.
you will not be ignored. I
Oh,
know
oh,
that much. Yeah.
no, she and I are like soul sisters.
Does she know that?
She does know that. No, we agreed. We
Okay. All right.
agreed.
Good. Good.
But like
That's
good soul sisters, we go do our thing and then we will get together when the time is right and we have time.
okay. I just don't want it to be one of
I'm
those, I'm
not gonna
doing this
stop.
because I love you, Leanne, you know?
No,
Okay. All right.
no.
Well, congratulations to her on such a well-received record and just making a record is a success. And then congratulations, I guess, to you on restraining yourself to this point from just driving to her house.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh no. And a whole lot of oh no. Come on, come on. How does it make you feel? He offered me his whole world. I said, babe, I got my own. I'd rather be your shot of whiskey
The EP
than
is
your
great.
pretty hand to
Thank you.
hold.
It's awesome.
I really appreciate it. I worked really hard on that, and there was a lot of love poured into it.
You can tell. You can
Yeah.
absolutely tell. It's awesome. And um, first of all, oh my God, on your website, everybody loves you.
Uh, I paid them well.
Well, of course, but everyone loves you
Duh.
anyway. But all the way to Cardiff, I was just in Cardiff. Everyone like worships you. The accolades, which obviously we all put our accolades out there, but the accolades are beyond, and it resonates for real when you listen to it's not just bullshit. Like your voice is incredible, your
Thank
music's
you.
incredible, and we don't blow smoke. We can very nicely just usually tell people like, "Oh, yeah, no, that's a nice. You sound great,"
Yeah.
but it's real.
I appreciate it. I try, I'm not, I try to be really real. I love singers. I love real players. I have a very strict, with my producer there, don't talk to me about auto tune. Like I will relay a track. If we didn't get it, we didn't get it. But we're not going to play that game because I don't want people to hear an album that they can't come hear me do live.
Yeah.
It's just the way I am.
Well, and you can tell it resonates through, and you've picked a genre that's or genres that you have to be real, right? I mean,
Yeah. I think it's one of the last places of, where musicians are still going, no, I want to play, I want to sing, I want to write this stuff. And that I'm not trying to be disparaging to other art forms or anything like that. It's a personal, it's a personal preference for me because that's just the way I was raised and the way I was brought up through the ranks. Um, and the girl that I'd much rather go see a solo musician than sit and listen to a DJ.
right.
It's just who I am personally.
No, I get that. I get that. And I mean, we were both from sort of those gritty, those places that they call gritty, right? Those
Yet the
places.
Rust Belt people.
Yes, yes. And I think that whether it's a DJ, we're very discerning and we're the sort of known for kind of poking holes in anything that comes our way. And
Yeah.
so you can hear it. You can hear it in your voice. You can hear just the cadence and the just the nuances and as you say the little bit of whiskey in there, whether it's whiskey, whether it's tequila, whether it's whatever it is,
Oh, it's whiskey.
and it comes through and it sounds amazing.
Thank you. I just it's been a bit of a journey trying to
Yeah,
find where I fit because I'm not just a straight blues singer
right.
and I'm as much as I love Lizzie Hale, I'm not like that metal girl. Like
Right.
that just wasn't I didn't sound good doing it. It sounded forced. I certainly am not a pop chick, and
Mhm.
I would have aged out of that 20 years ago. Um, but I did always sit in the blues, but it was always a Zeppelin-y kind of
Mhm.
blues. And
Yeah.
either people like it or they're like, well, that's not the blues. And I think there's enough room in the blues for all of us to be a little bit of something. But I've always liked my rock and roll. Maybe it's because I
Yeah.
grew up in steel towns and guitar driven. That's what we grew up listening to,
Sure.
that it just formed who I was. So it took me a little bit of time to really find a way to write for myself, find the right producer for myself. And I think I finally did it. Finally.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I mean, how do you, because you even, when I was reading your bio, you were going to go kind of the classical route for a little bit too, right? You
Yeah,
in
I
college.
started opera when I was 12,
Yeah.
at the conservatory in our town.
Hmm.
And I didn't know if it would be strictly opera, but that's all I was taught. Like I didn't sing in English till I was 16.
Yep.
And I auditioned for college when I was 16, turning 17, got accepted into a performance program. Well, back in the day, there weren't, like, you couldn't major in songwriting, or there, I don't even know that sound engineering was something that, so it was either vocal performance or
Mhm.
vocal ed. And the performance was always an opera classically
Right.
driven
Yep.
kind of thing. So that's what I did. My parents were like, listen, we don't care if you want to be, in music, that's great, but you're gonna have a degree in
Right.
something. Well, I got into school there, and the technique that I had learned from my voice teacher is a very old Italian technique that I still teach to this day. I have
Hmm.
clients that I use this with. It is not where I came from, what they taught. And they screwed my technique up to a point where I couldn't sing. I came home from college by my sophomore year, which I was a whopping 18 years old. And I went to my voice teacher, Mrs. Raridan, and she called my parents from my lesson and said, listen, I don't know what's going on with her and this technique, but if you don't get her out of there, she'll never sing again. And I
Oh,
can't promise you I can save it. And it was heart-wrenching. It was devastating. The worst thing probably ever that's happened in my life. Um, and she looked at me, she goes, I will not give up on you, but you must listen to me and don't give up. So we had to do the laryngoscopies and all that kind of stuff, and
mhm.
everything, thank God, was, the doctor's like, you have a really strong voice. There's nothing wrong with your throat. So this was all between my technique. And then when singers get in their heads
Oh,
too
yeah.
much, you start stopping things that you don't even know how to stop stopping it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of, the want to sing was so great in me that I was like, then screw you guys. I didn't go back to college. I started studying with my original voice teacher, and I just stepped into rock and roll, which was always part of my world anyways. It
Sure.
just wasn't something you could major in college. So it was
Mhm.
always, literally, I was singing in a rock band at night, and I was singing opera during the day,
I love it.
carrying like my mic stand, like we'd hustle to, a gig.
Hmm.
Um, so it wasn't like it wasn't part of me culturally in college, but it definitely, I was all in. After what happened at college, I'm like, I will never do this, and let's go.
That's it's so crazy. So my mom is an opera singer and
Okay.
classically trained, all that, and she taught vocal, voice lessons my whole life. But and she's had a lot of singers come to her that have had the wrong teacher and had horrible things. Like
Yeah,
what you went through, like people don't understand unless they've been through it, how literally your whole life can be ruined by the wrong teacher.
it
And
is.
at the collegiate level, that they literally could have ruined your whole life, not only professionally, but just for day-to-day
Yeah.
speaking, even.
Oh, yeah. There were girls that ended up with vocal nodes.
Oh my God, that's
It,
horrible.
so I thank God every day that my parents trusted my voice teacher enough that when she said, and she taught at a collegiate level, so
Yeah.
she was not one that she didn't want me not to be in college,
No,
but
right.
she was like, you need to get out. And we stayed friends my whole life. She finally passed away at 90 years of age.
Oh,
And I took her technique and I try to, move it forward.
well,
And
yeah.
that's part of what I do now is, I try to help voices.
That's amazing. Well, that's what's so cool is that if you have that good technique, you can like take it from genre to genre. And it's so amazing.
It's so important because everybody who
Mhm.
studies with me, they don't understand they're learning
Right.
classical technique,
Yep.
but you can't put the vocal fry and all that stuff. Like the breath and the support have to be there first.
Yeah.
Before you can start bringing all the crayons out of the box, you got to
Hmm.
work with your primary colors.
Yeah. And then you can
And
do it forever.
and then you sing for, yeah, the technique that I use is it's was made famous by a man named Lamperti.
Okay. Yep.
And he did a lot of bel canto work, but
Oh, yeah.
you have to be careful with bel canto because it
Right.
can get too far back. You
Hmm.
have to have the front. And
Yep. It's
yes,
all
we
up
can
in
geek
here.
out. Yeah, we
Yep.
can
Well,
geek out.
yes. Luke will be like, oh God.
Yeah.
You can always
Can we
cut this
get to
part.
the
Yes,
music?
we'll
You
get
two
back to
shut
the
up.
fun part. But yes, you do, and all of that. Oh yes, years and years. My mother didn't teach me. I went to her best friend.
That's how it all I teach other voice teachers kids.
Hmm.
They're like,
Yep.
they won't listen to me. I go,
Nope.
because you're you, your mom.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
Oh,
that's really cool.
yeah, that's amazing. So, how did you know that? When did you know that that you truly were gonna be able to do this for life? That this was, you weren't gonna have to go do anything else. This was gonna be it.
You know, I made a decision. I was married at the time and I was living in Phoenix and I had a band. I was playing like 5 nights a week. I was doing the coffee shops, the full, the originals, all
Mhm.
anywhere I could play. Um, but I also worked for a gourmet yogurt company during the day. And on New Year's Day, they called me and they said, if you work through the buyout, we'll give you a severance. Now, I was only 28, 29 years old at the time. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. Um, and then I found a lump in my
Oh,
breast and it scared, thank God it was benign. It was just a little, it was a nothing. But I truly realized that every day that I work, I'm trading off a day that I don't get back.
mhm.
And I made the decision from that point on. I started my own label for myself. I took my severance money and I paid for my first album. And that was the end of that. Like there was no, I will find a way to do music for the rest of my life. Some of it had to be teaching, voice, private
Mhm.
voice, a lot of cover gigs if I had to do them.
Mhm.
But and that's how I fund my albums is, I that's how I do it. So that's kind of,
Amazing.
how that set me straight is like I'm not willing to trade off my life slinging yogurt as kind and
Yeah.
wonderful and the nice people, but nope,
Do you ever regret it?
no,
Yeah.
never, not a day. I mean,
See.
you make certain choices in life, especially as a female.
Hmm.
Um, it wasn't a big sacrifice to me. I wanted to be a musician. That's all I've wanted to do. And it doesn't mean I don't have friends and family and all those wonderful things, but I think that if I would have thought about raising children and having a family, a more traditional family, knowing me, then the music wouldn't have happened because then I have priorities and little souls to look after.
Right.
So now I have a bunch of little souls that go back to their parents when I'm done with them.
Right. Yep.
So it's kind of
Exactly.
a win-win situation.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
You get to influence them almost more, you know?
Yes, I mind meld them. I'm like, and this
Exactly.
like, who's this? They're like, Robert Plant. I'm like, yes. I go, who's
Hmm.
this? Bruce Springsteen, yes.
I do the same thing and I love every minute of it.
Yep, me too. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I just feel very blessed. I really do. Not, I know that everybody says that, but I'm a lucky girl. I get to put musician after what I do for my life.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
it's good.
it's what people dream about, right?
And then I get to go make music with my friends in Nashville and sing the blues.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's perfection.
it's fun.
Yeah. That's amazing. And you're part-time in Nashville and then part-time in
In Ohio.
Ohio. So you're part-time back that's
Yeah,
what's it like living in those two worlds?
good. There's things in Ohio. I have family in Ohio. My mom's 84, so I have like I'm in my best friend's house because I live out in the country next to
Mhm.
like my brother has 40 acres of land. Like we all live
Love it.
and there's horses and
Oh, perfect.
chickens and all the
Mhm.
stuff. But our internet sucks. So I call her up and say, "Hey, can I shoot over and
Perfect.
you know, and it's home and it's safe and it's a good place to think and regroup because
Mhm.
the industry can be kind of crazy."
Yeah.
So, and then Nashville, I fly in and I'm like, I wake up at 3 a.m. and jump on a plane and I'm in the studio by 7:30 in the morning. And I could just live in that space.
Yeah.
So I think I have the best of both worlds because I can't afford to live in Nashville.
No, nobody can.
It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
in the years I've been doing this, I should have bought years ago.
Yeah,
Even little brick homes are $500,000 cement slab brick homes.
I know. It's changed a lot.
Yeah, it has. But that's where the industry is. So I'm fortunate that it's, Southwest Airlines, psh, an
I
hour
know.
flight and I'm there.
And you gain an hour on top of it.
Yeah, and it comes back to me. And
That's
then
amazing.
I've flown home and gone straight to a gig.
Oh my gosh, that's
So
amazing.
yeah, it's much easier to do that than try to figure out how I'm going to come up with, $4 or $5,000 a month to just exist.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you've done truly, and saying it early on in our conversation, you've done some really amazing things. Like you've closed some amazing shows. You've had a song, President Obama's film, like incredible things already, and more to come. And you get to like, what is it like? What does your family look at you and go, "Up, you've done it. Like you've done exactly what you set out to do."
No, my brother keeps waiting for me to hire him as the guy that cuts my grass.
Of course.
That was the deal we made when we were young.
Uh-huh.
That I'd pay him a six-figure income to cut my
As
grass once things,
perfect.
took off.
Uh-huh.
And he keeps coming and going, "Are we ready? Are we there yet?" I'm like,
Right, of
"No, we're not
course.
there." But they don't think they're all very proud. My father passed away about 10 years ago. But I know he is. And my mom, is she doesn't understand some of it sometimes, but she's like my cheerleader for sure.
Yeah.
The rest of the kids, some of them, they just think that it's their crazy aunt that like grabs a
Hmm.
guitar and goes and does things. I don't think they think, I'm like, guys, I'm cool.
Right.
Like, no. I go, no, but like, unless I know somebody,
Hmm.
then like Lee, my producer, plays for Darius Rucker.
Right.
So they were coming through our big fair. And
Hmm.
Lee called in and he's like, "Hey, do you want stage passes? You
Yeah.
want," I'm like, "Yeah, I would love to see you." And so we went and I looked up at my nieces and nephews and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I go, but they don't put two and two together because
Right.
it's just me. And
Right.
that's fine.
Of course.
You know, um, but they know that I have bigger aspirations. I think I'm just one of those people that there's always something else. Not that I'm not happy and grateful and content with life because I am, but there's other things I want to try, or there's other things that I'm like, oh, that would be fun to do, or that would be fun, or I would really like to, but it doesn't dictate my happiness
Right. Which is what
because
you want them to feel too. That's the
yeah,
best influence to have on them. But it is kind of fun to have those moments. At least I think it is
it is.
as an
It is
aunt.
definitely, it is fun. And, playing and doing big crowds or meeting some people that you've always admired, that's a big deal too, because you work a lot of times behind the scenes and nobody sees the hours that are
Right.
put in after I get home from a gig and I'm up till 2 a.m., writing out an interview that I'm so grateful to have, but I'm exhausted at the same time,
Oh,
so
sure.
it's those are kind of the moments you're like, oh, that was so worth it.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So how has the response been so far to the new EP?
It has really kind of taken me by surprise, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
I have other albums out that did not
Yeah.
do this. And you're like, well, what's the magic in this album? And I think part of it is I really honed it. I became very cognizant and very decidedly sure of where I wanted my sound to be.
Hmm.
I worked with Lee and I have been working together for about 6 years now. But I think just getting in a bigger fishbowl and really making a commitment to getting down to Nashville consistently, it grows you a
Yeah.
lot instead of being, when you're in the Rust Belt and you're surrounded with the same guys that you've played with for, 10 years and you're not getting anywhere. Well, there's something you're not in the mix that's not right. And I
Hmm.
really had to get out of that bubble and get around some people. And I thought, it's a sink or swim thing. So you get down there and you just start dog paddling and hopefully you do the work and things rise for you and you get into better writing rooms or you get into better, you learn how to create better. And I think that had a big thing, like was a big part of why this album started doing well. I surrounded myself with completely different people because I knew I needed a change.
Did it feel weird?
Um, the weirdest, the hardest part was letting go of that sound that I carried that
Yeah.
I thought was so fantastic in my head and
Hmm.
being able to trust, because I've trusted other producers and I've fallen flat on my you know what.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I should have listened to myself because I'm never mad if I listen to myself and it doesn't work out.
Sure.
When I listen to somebody else and take their advice and it
Hmm.
falls, oh, I'll beat myself up incessantly over that. Like, why did you listen? Why weren't you?
Yeah.
But with Lee, he was very easy and he let we built a friendship and a trust. And when things started to kind of like I would lean into, okay, so what do you mean about this? And what do you think? And the more I started doing that, then the more I saw the evolution of myself without losing myself. So that was the hardest thing to do, was to let go of that tight grip of control that I had because other people had let me down.
Hmm.
And I always say, I'm like, I will not drop the ball. Like I will carry the ball. I will die with the ball in my hands. But if you don't let somebody come in and help facilitate your dream, you can't do it by yourself. So it's finding the right tribe of people. And I have my boys, like I record the whole album is done with, a handful of guys that are
Hmm.
my friends now.
So
And, I'm just blessed with it.
it's so good. It really is. It's so good. You want to dance. It feels like you're at a show. Like
Oh, good.
it just feels like you're outside at a show just dancing. Like that's what it feels like. Like I was listening to it this morning And it is cold and gray and miserable in Metro Detroit today.
Same here.
Yeah, because we're not that far away. And I was just dancing around my living room, just rocking out with my poodle Pomeranian, and his tail was wagging. So Captain is very discerning as well. So, and we were just rocking out like it was a sunny day in the summer, just grooving, and it was awesome. Like,
That's cool.
it was
You know, we
awesome.
have fun. Like the guys are friends. They all know like they're I really believe like goes back to like Van Halen 1.
Yes, that's
You
awesome.
can feel the party.
Yes,
You can feel
yes,
the fun in the room. I think that transcends. I
you
think
can.
that's why I don't like over compressed stuff and like I'm like put my stuff on vinyl, you know.
Right? Yes. Oh my gosh, it'd be awesome.
I know.
Yes. Amazing.
I would love to get this on vinyl. It's very expensive right now,
I
and
know.
just the entire recording and the push of the EP alone, like I'm going to have to start looking into some sponsorships or something because I cannot, the higher it goes, the less I can afford. I'm like,
It's
holy
so
crap, this is a
crazy. That's
lot.
what's so hard. I
Mhm.
know. Now, are you going out on tour? What have you got coming up performance
You know, I'm
wise?
doing some solo stuff that I just play. You know, I do a lot of solo guitar work and that kind of stuff, which
Hmm.
is regular. I call it my bread and butter gigs.
Yeah.
Um, I've had, I just got an email last night the from Europe about maybe doing some festivals this summer. I have to I don't have a booking agent in Europe, so I got to find somebody because some of this stuff is a little over my pay grade with work permits and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I know that I will be booking down through the Carolinas. I may throw down into Florida for a real quick stop. I have a couple of
Nice.
places I've played down there, down near Sebastian and Inlet that are big blues rock
Perfect.
kind of hubs. So that all of that stuff is lining up. I'm just literally talking to booking and stuff like that through that. But my website will have all the dates on it. There's a like
Awesome.
a bands in town. I think you know,
Perfect.
and it'll throw all of that stuff up. And I've already started recording the full length album.
Perfect. That's awesome.
So I go
Good.
back to Nashville in January.
Awesome. Yeah.
I Got Something to Say, the new EP by Leanne Binder, is available right now wherever you get your music. For more information, you can go to her website, leannebindermusic.com, or you can find her on Facebook, facebook.com/leannebindermusic.
With miles of memories, there's just something about broken things. Broken things, but are we all carrying around these bits and pieces?